messy living room.
Yeah. I'm trying to adjust the shot. There we go. It's kind of working.
It's
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's still
okay.
good. It's still
all good. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to another Battleground Games Live from the Pegwheat family living room. Oh man.
It's really, really gross out.
Yeah, it's raining out.
It's really gross out. So we had a lot of flooded roads between us and the store, and Andy couldn't get to work today. He got turned around before he could even get out of Quincy.
Yeah, it was a tough time.
I was able to get to work. I stayed at work all day. We had a grand total of 23 people in the room, in the children's room. It was very, very quiet. The people who did come in, at least one family was a family that had been displaced by flooding and were currently staying at one of the local high schools, which has been set up as a storm shelter. So I'm glad we were there for their sake, because they needed to get out and get some fun things to do, and they definitely were doing that. So they were picking up books and stuff. And we were sort of a distraction from not being at home and being stuck away from home, which is always frustrating.
But because I could not get to Battleground, obviously we couldn't stream from Battleground.
Right.
I also had a lot of trouble with the podcast because I had scheduled a interview with Derek and was unable to do that because I was going to meet him at the store, and it never happened. So hey, I'm Andrew, and this is
Amanda. Hi.
And it's just the two of us today. And yeah, I feel like Stuart Ashens. I feel like we should take ourselves out of shot and just do the sofa.
The sofa, yeah. We don't have a brown velour sofa.
No. But yeah, we still wanted to stream, and Steve Benjamin had very, very kindly loaned us his copy of Santorini, which we've been dying to play for ages.
Yeah.
We may stream it next weekend as well in the loft with proper lighting and better cameras and all that stuff. But hey, we're here today.
Yep.
To hang out with you guys. So we do have the chat up. If anybody wants to hop in chat and say hello. I noticed that the cheers have been reset. So if somebody cheers a single bit, they'll be the highest cheer in the chat now.
They're doing a new thing with the cheers right now.
Oh, okay. What are they doing?
So, first of all, when you cheer, your cheer ends up showing up in the top of the chat window, and it's not just top cheer, but it's the top 3. So you can see who has the top cheer, but then you can see the people under them, and they get a little badge that goes around right next to their name, that goes around their user icon. And in the chat itself, they have a special badge instead of a regular bit badge. If you give bits, you have a badge that shows you what level of bits you've donated total. So if you've donated under 10 bits, you have the little gray and black triangle, and so on and so forth. And it gets bigger and more fancy the more bits you've donated.
And I know they've added new categories for millions of bits.
There are new categories, but also if you are one of the top 3 cheers, you have a special badge that is number 1 cheer. So it's not your bit badge can be that instead of the total. So if the number 1 cheer is 100 bits, you still have the top cheer badge as opposed to the 100 bit badge. So
that's kind of cool.
Which I think is really neat. I think it's part of the whole revamp they're doing on all of the chat stuff, the chat side of things, because I know they've introduced rooms so that you can break off and have different rooms
we
to
do
talk
have the
about
Discord
different topics.
Link below.
Yes.
So you can always jump in on the Discord if you want to talk to folks.
But yeah, the actual Twitch chat is a little different now, because you can, if the streamer sets up, I think the streamer has to set it up. If the streamer sets up rooms, they can be this is a room for talking about the game mechanics, and this is the room for talking about general stuff, so that if you want to focus on the game, I think you can set it up so that there's a room to talk about the game versus a room where it's just people socializing and chatting. So there's like the general chat, and then the streamer can set things up. The streams that I follow have not set up rooms yet. I think people are still sort of seeing how things work with it.
Well, with
They're
our
testing it.
legions of fans,
Yeah.
and the hundreds of people,
We would have like a
cause
room
our
with
chat to go
one
running by
person,
so quickly.
But I think it's partially to try and mitigate some of that, and also to create like distinct spaces for different conversations, so that if you're trying to follow a specific conversation, you're not like, it's not just getting lost in a totally different conversation, which I know happens in the chats of a couple of streams that I watch, where it's like, that's great, guys, that you're having this really great discussion about like gender and stuff, and that's really interesting, but I was also having a conversation about the game over here with this other person, and then someone else is talking about movies. So yeah, I think there's the possibility of doing that, but we haven't set that up. We don't really need to.
And today is such a low tech stream.
Yeah, we are
not
streaming
even-
off of Andy's phone.
Yeah, so I can't put any bits in, which means I can't be the
Can't
bit
really do
badge
anything.
champion.
I don't have any bits left. I have to buy bits. But here we are. We the lights have flickered a few times.
Yeah. We're streaming off my phone, so if the lights go out, as long as there's still a cell signal,
Yes.
I should be okay.
Because we do have like the actual just cell phone work. Now,
Hey,
the other thing is
here's
we
an
do,
advantage
yeah,
to streaming from home.
it's our cat.
Yay! It's
This is Leela. She
Our elderly cat. Come here, Leela.
yeah, she
Come
is
stand
19.
on, well, no, maybe not on Steve's
Yeah,
box.
don't stand on Steve's copy of Santorini. Leela.
Okay.
She's our very elderly girl.
She's like, why are you guys in here and not in the bedroom under the
She-
covers where I can sit on your legs?
She is actually one of the main reasons why we are at home and not at my mother's house, which was a lot easier for both of us to get to today once we were out and sort of stranded. My mother's house is a lot closer to where I work and where Andy got turned around, especially midday when the flooding was at its worst between where he was and home. My mother's house was very convenient, and she's got a very nice comfy house, and she was making chicken soup, but we had a 19-year-old cat to get home
Yeah.
to, and we worry about her a lot because she's old and not as crotchety as she used to be.
No.
But yeah,
She's very lovely.
so here we are in our living room. Our
Yes.
messy, crowded living room. We have a lot of stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean,
A lot of
Jaegers.
things. We have like action figures and toys and a lot of games. Like from where I'm sitting, there's a stack that is Star Trek Panic, Flip Ships, Fallout, Harry Potter, and the Harry Potter expansion, as well as one of the Talisman expansions and the Kaladesh art book from Magic the Gathering.
We like games.
Yeah. And then
True fact.
ahead of me, I see more Talisman, another Talisman expansion.
Yeah.
I see
Talisman, the city there.
Player's Handbook. It looks like an old D&D Player's Handbook in there. That
Princes
black.
of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, there's Princes of the Apocalypse under there. I
Hmm.
see the 4th edition handbook under there. Monster Manual? That's a Monster Manual. More Talisman. Yeah, a large amount of Magic cards.
Yeah, we've got stuff.
So, but here we are. We are going to play a couple of games.
Do you want to do a thing?
Want. We have a drawing.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
last month
a
we
sub
ran
drawing.
a sub contest. You've got that email that I sent to you.
I do indeed.
So we're going to roll a percentile die to find out who is going to win a copy
You
of
have-
King Domino. We'll
I
go in the box.
also thought I would show off. So I mentioned this on our podcast, on this week's podcast. My very first D20. This is the very first D20 I ever owned, and it is that right there. It is purple with gold numbers. So yeah, that is my very first D20. I do
From
still have it.
D&D.
That is the
First
red
edition?
box.
The red
That is
box.
the red box. That is
Yeah.
the like old school.
So this is back when D&D
D&D.
split. There was D&D and there was D&D or AD&D.
AD&D.
Yeah, I was playing AD&D and you had the original D&D.
I also have in our dining room a box full of D&D collectible cards, which maybe I'll show off at some point. I'll bring it to the store because I want to share them with Derek. Share as in show him. He doesn't get to keep them.
So we're going to open up this
I do
email
have a
that I sent
percentile
you
die.
that has all the
We have
people
our
who,
sub list.
Yep, who subscribed to the channel as of the end of February.
Yep.
Some people's had dropped off, so sorry those
Which is a
people who
bummer.
didn't remember to renew their subs.
Yeah.
We're going to roll 2 dice and get a percentile?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna roll this twice.
That's a 60.
Yep.
64 would be...
I don't know.
Nope, not that one.
How do you want to?
1, 2, maybe this one here.
3.
Allie Blackmane!
Allie!
Our friend Allie! Hooray, Allie, and congratulations!
Who is
You
that
is
in
a
our
winner!
chat? There's a person.
It is 64.
Hi! It was. Hey, so yeah, Sir
Who?
Barges.
Sir Barges!
Hello.
A new chatter.
A new viewer.
I do not know Sir
Welcome.
Barges.
Yeah.
But welcome. And yeah.
Welcome to our living room.
We're
It's
loft
not
at
our
Abington.
normal streaming space. We are normally streaming out of the loft at the Abington location of Battleground Games and Hobbies in Massachusetts. But due to the current nor'easter,
Yeah.
we are instead streaming from our living room because we could not get to Battleground tonight. But we have a phone and we have an internet connection.
Yeah.
And we have 2 board games.
Well, we have many more than 2 board games.
We
have the 2 board
the 2
games that we
games
promised
had
we were going to
planned
try and play.
Yes. We have lots of board games. Like, just looking around the living room now, I'm seeing so many more. Like, I could.
There's our whole
Portal
PAX
and
corner
Dixit.
there.
There's the PAX bag, the bag of like demo games that we bring.
So
So,
I
yeah.
know this channel is listed as an IRL channel. That's because the phone app.
Does
when
it default to IRL?
It defaults to IRL, but the other options are music. I'm not going to sing. Like live chat or something, or no, talk show.
We're not a talk show.
I mean, it's kind of close. We do a
guess.
lot of talking. And cooking. I'm not cooking. I do enjoy cooking, but this is not a
I
cooking
would actually
stream.
love to do a cooking stream at some point. I would
But I
love
don't
to
think
bake
that's a
on
Battleground
camera,
thing.
but it's not a Battleground thing. I mean, we have done cooking. We made waffles on camera, but we didn't
That's
switch
true.
it.
That's true. During the Extra Life 25-hour marathon, we did stream some cooking. And you're right, I think it was listed as a board game stream.
Yeah, I think it was. Just because that was mostly what we were doing.
If you check the YouTube links down there, there should be an entire playlist on our YouTube channel that is Extra Life Marathon, and you can check out waffle making there.
Yeah, that cooking game, the what's that one that you and Rob play? With the cooking and the sliding and Overcooked.
Yeah, no, that's a video game.
Yeah,
although
we don't
it is,
do the
it
video
is a
games
lot
on
of
the
fun.
stream.
There are cooking
There are
board games.
many
There are
cooking
absolutely.
board games,
I mean,
yeah.
we could play Pie Face.
Scoville. That's not cooking, but it is food
Skogul
related.
is food related,
Yeah.
sure.
There's a Food Chain Magnate.
Oh man, I want to know what that game is.
It's one of those games where the box...
Worst box ever.
It's got one of the worst boxes ever because it has nothing on the back.
I feel like...
It has nothing.
Oh! Jess was playing that dexterity game where you make an omelet and flip it on the little pan.
I need it.
That would be an awesome game to stream.
That would be super
We
fun.
do enjoy dexterity games.
We do. They're fun. They're fun to play on stream because they've got a lot of action to them. So here we are.
So do you want to do story time before?
Let's do story time.
Story time. So I
Story
think
time with Miss Amanda.
this is a Kickstarter reward.
I think
because
it probably
Steve Benjamin
is.
kickstarted Santorini.
Sir La Tabletop. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's so bad.
So I'm pretty sure this was a Kickstarter backer reward. I don't think it's in the actual game that we sell in the store.
This is a little book. It's a little picture book.
Are you gonna read it like a librarian and like turn it around so they can see the pictures? Okay.
This is what I do for a living.
She's
This is
good
my
at this
actual
stuff.
job. Santorini, the first game. See? Story time. Deep in the heart of the Aegean Sea, a long time ago before you and me, when the gods of the Pantheon did not yet have fame, They met in the ocean and invented the game. Atop Mount Olympus, Zeus sat on his throne, and none of his children would leave him alone. So he commanded the teens with a thunderous tone, "All immortal kids go outside and leave me alone." This is what I do for a living, guys. But Zeus was unaware of what he implored, as mischief is the product of a god who is bored. Ares soon wanted humans to regard him as Lord, and sent Spartan and Trojan to die by the sword. Until on the horizon, he eventually spied an extremely tall island that was not very wide. Some pathetic humans are building a village. What a great opportunity to go over and pillage. But Aphrodite stopped him and decided to ask, "Why do you always make destruction your task? Instead, let us help them build this wonderful city. Destroying those domes would be a terrible pity. You guide them your way, I'll guide them mine, so we can both help them finish these temples divine. And when one of our towers rises above all the rest, we shall see who can help these humans build them the best." So they constructed quite quickly, using builders to claim the highest point on the island for their own godly name. Each of the gods had their own special powers they used to their advantage while erecting their towers. Upon realizing an opponent's move could be predicted, the gods couldn't help it. They were completely addicted. Ares said, "What fun! Let us give this a name." Zeus spoke from above, "We shall call it a game." So they built Santorini again and again, by shaping the thoughts of those women and men. And each time they built it, it was never the same, though Ares had to smash it between every game. Zeus rarely saw the kids for the rest of the summer. They no longer stared at the walls, just getting dumber. So the next time you wonder which game came before all, remember the island of Santorini. Not too wide, but quite tall. The end.
Thank you. So this is the board for Santorini.
Thank you very much.
She's had a lot of practice.
It is indeed what I do for a living, and I am also appreciative of your rhyme.
So, neither of us has played Santorini.
Nope. Brand new.
We know the basic concept, and because, I wasn't at work today, and because I'm lazy, I never looked at the instructions. So let's learn how to play. Setup. Place the smaller side of the cliff pedestal on the ocean board. Yeah.
Got it.
And then place the island board on top of the cliff.
Got it.
Youngest player is the start player. That's
Yay,
you.
that's me.
It would be Travis, but it's you.
Travis is here. We're sorry we don't have Travis with us.
I know. It's disappointing.
I miss our streaming buddy.
We each get 2 workers of their chosen color. Amanda, you can be blue.
Thank you. You know me so well.
Here are your workers.
Thank you.
And I will take, I guess, these guys. The colors are not terribly distinct in this version of the game.
Yeah.
But I believe these are the same color, so I've got these 2 workers.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh, I turned on the tea kettle.
Oh, I'll get you some tea. Here, why don't you read the instructions while I get tea?
Okay.
We are here.
We are
placing,
here.
Placing the workers in an unoccupied tile.
I begin by placing 2 workers of my chosen color into
Where's your mug?
It's in the bedroom.
Okay.
Any unoccupied spaces on the board. The other player then places their workers. So I have the chance to place my workers wherever I so choose.
So you get to place both your workers before I place one?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, begins by placing 2 workers of their chosen color into any unoccupied spaces on the board. The other player then places their workers.
Sounds fair. I kind of figured we would alternate, but that's fine.
I'm gonna place one there and one there. I have no idea what that means. Like, I don't really know how good placement is gonna work for this, because obviously I haven't done it. We are relaxing, definitely. So then let's see. Players take turns, starting with the start player, who first placed their workers. On your turn, select one of your workers. So you place them at the same time, but you aren't moving them at the same time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I also get tea when I'm streaming from home. So why don't you place your workers?
Okay. I think you want to have as wide a range of movement as possible, but probably having opposing workers in a space. I'm gonna try there and there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright. Players take turns, starting with the start player, who is me. On your turn, select one of your workers. You must move and then build with the selected worker. Move your selected worker into one of the 8 neighboring spaces, or up to 8 neighboring spaces. A worker may move up a maximum of 1 level higher, down any number of levels lower, or move along the same level. A worker may not move up more than 1 level.
Got it. Yep.
Okay. The space your worker moves into must be unoccupied, not containing a worker or a dome.
Okay.
Then you build. You build a block or dome on an unoccupied space neighboring the moved worker. You can build onto a level of any height, but you must choose the correct shape of block or dome for the level being built. A tower with 3 blocks and a dome is considered a complete tower.
And you cannot move on to a dome.
Right.
So that's a good way to block folks. We'll get to that.
If one of your workers moves up on top of level 3 during your turn, you instantly win. You must always perform a move and then build on your turn. If you are unable to do so, you lose.
Okay.
You are now ready to play the base 2-player game. We strongly suggest you play several games using only these rules.
Okay.
Read on when you are ready to continue more. So, yeah.
This is,
That's
absolutely
fine. We're going to stick with this for now. We'll put those there for the moment.
You are first move.
Yes, I am. I'm going to move here and build up 1.
Yes, but where are you going to build?
So,
Any adjacent unoccupied space, I believe.
yeah, neighboring the moved worker.
Yeah.
I'm going to put one right in the center.
Smack in the center. Okay. Interesting. All right. Then I will move my worker here, and I will build on that same space, right?
Because it's not occupied, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any restriction to how high you can, can you build, move, build? Yeah, you can build at any height from any height, just in any neighboring space. Okay.
Move here. And build there.
Okay. So the objective is either pin your opponent in so that they can no longer move, or get one of your workers onto the 3rd height.
Right.
Okay.
That doesn't have a dome.
That doesn't have a dome.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I got this. I'm gonna move here and build there. Hey, Leela, are you going to knock down this city?
Probably.
Catsaurus.
Alright. I am going to move onto there. Right? I can do
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
You can move up 1, you just can't, this one can't move up to here,
Right.
because that's moving up 2, but you can move up 1.
And I'm going to build
Leela, I think you're
there.
obscuring the action.
what action? She's not actually.
Okay.
You can still see the
She's
board.
good. What a good girl.
She's placed herself perfectly.
I should get her blue blanket and see if she'll sit in my lap.
Aw.
Alright.
She doesn't seem to take the blue. Leela has a special blanket that she loves, which is my down throw, and she adores it and will sleep on it if it's available. But she doesn't seem to take it as like a lap invitation quite as much.
No.
It's not like, oh, if it's in your lap, she'll definitely sit in your lap.
Here. Build here. There.
Okay. I'm going to move here and build there.
Okay. There we go.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. I can already see how this is becoming tricky. There's
Yep.
strategy involved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move here
Uh-huh.
and build here. Go ahead.
Okay.
You know what it reminds me of in terms of the strategy and moving things around is the puzzle where you stack cups and you've got 3 stacks of
Yeah.
cups and you can move them but not too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to there
Mm-hmm.
and build there.
So Amanda's got a wide platform over here
Yep.
that she's constructed. Okay. Guess I'll move this worker this way
Uh-huh.
and build here. Your turn.
Okay. Move here.
Mm-hmm.
Build here.
Right here?
No.
Oh, you're building up there. Okay. All right. Sense. Ooh. I think. Okay, so if I move this worker here
Yeah, it blocks me.
and build there, it blocks you. And I'll win next turn because your
Yeah,
workers are
I
right
can't get
next
down.
to it. You can't dome it. Do you want to? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is definitely a game where you're going to learn strategy
Yeah.
as you play. You want to go again?
Sure, yeah.
Shall I go first this time?
Sure.
I love these little buildings.
Yeah.
This was one of the main reasons I wanted to do this on stream. We'll definitely have to do it on stream in the loft where we can get a good close shot of the board and make it look pretty. I feel like maybe we're
It's
doing
a
it a
very-
disservice having it be this tiny little thing
Yeah.
that
It's
the
a
stream
very
can really
pretty
see.
game.
Alright, so I'm gonna put a guy here. Oh, we don't alternate, right? I
Nope.
put both guys.
You
both
put
guys?
both down.
Put one here.
Here. One there.
Alright, she commands the middle of the board.
Yeah, I do.
I will move this guy here and build here.
Okay. I'm gonna move this one here and build there.
Okay. I'll move this guy here and build there.
Move up here and build there.
Can you move one person back and forth? You might be able to.
Yeah.
Can move this guy here and build there.
Now, do you have to build next to the one that you moved?
I believe so. Double check.
Yes, it has to be the moved worker.
Okay.
Does it? I'm gonna go up here
Mm-hmm.
and build here.
Okay. Alright. Move here. Build there.
here, and build there.
Okay. Okay. I'll move this guy here and build here.
Okay.
And this is why I held this guy in reserve. I'll move him there and
Yes.
dome that off.
Yep.
That way you can't claim the high ground. Look how pretty this building is. I don't know if you guys can
It's
see
so
that on
pretty.
stream. When we're done with this, we'll hold one of them up closer to the stream so you guys can see.
It is not an Escher Afghan, though I understand why it might be. It is a tessellated Afghan. It is all Scotty dogs. It's little like dog shapes.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Little black dogs with red collars and white dogs with the foot making a black collar, and gray dogs with the white making a collar. Because while I am not much of a Vera Bradley person in general, my mom has Scotties.
Yeah.
And my mother and I both love MC Escher, and we love Scotties. And Vera Bradley had a Scotty dog print that was very Escher-esque. Not this past winter, but the winter before. And my mom got it for me as a present. And it's very warm and snuggly.
Alright, so it is your move, because I just domed this building.
And go here, go there.
I feel like I'm playing a very reactionary game here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here and build here. There we go.
I go here and go there.
Ruh-roh. I may have miscalculated.
Yeah, because you don't want to come up here and build that, because I'll just step onto it. You can't dome
Yeah,
it.
and then you win instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I do? I think you win. Because you go here, build
and build
there,
a third one.
then I
You can't
do
block me
whatever
from it.
I do, and then you step on it and win.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like this game in that it doesn't feel like it's a given who's going to win.
Yeah.
Though the second player, I feel like, does have a bit of an advantage. Because while you place your guys second, going second means that you get to you get to see where the other person is starting and go in a different direction from them, or move to block them very easily. Because it's the second player who's won in both rounds.
It's true.
Though I don't know if that would be the true if we played a lot more. But yeah, I can see how this is a very simple version of this game. This is sort of the most basic way to play it. And if you look in the directions, there's a lot more stuff in there.
Yeah, there is. So this version has
There's
the first
so
expansion.
much
So it's
stuff.
got the Golden Fleece Gods.
Simple Gods, Advanced Gods, Golden Fleece Gods, and then it has Golden Fleece, Santorini, and Heroes. And then it's got the multiple player stuff. So there's a lot of options for
I
playing
pulled out
this.
the Simple Gods if you want to try a game with the Simple Gods.
Sure, let's give it a go.
What does it say to do? Actually,
it
I'm going to show
says-
off one of the buildings to the stream while you read the instructions.
Sure. So for setting up God powers, once you've played a few two-player games using only the rules on the front page
Check
of the
that
rulebook,
out.
we suggest you try God powers.
This is what the buildings look like.
They're so pretty.
They are so cool. So they're like separate pieces, as you can see, and they're just absolutely so cool.
So God powers are cards that provide you with a powerful ability that can be used throughout the game. Many God powers change the way workers move and build. After setting up the island using only step 1 and 2 from setup,
Okay.
so that is just placing the island. We don't do any workers yet.
Yep.
Perform the following steps. The challenger, determined by who is most godlike.
I guess that's you. No?
Sure. You have a magnificent beard.
I do have
and
a
mane of
magnificent
hair,
beard.
whereas I have chopped all my hair off.
But, is that godlike? I don't know.
I feel like in the Greek pantheon it is.
Okay.
Though I, have powers over reading and writing. Also godlike.
Yes.
Like Thoth in the Egyptian pantheon.
Athena.
Patron goddess of my alma mater.
Yes.
The challenger chooses god powers equal to the number of players. So you go through the god power cards and decide.
You get to decide who we are. Or you choose the number of god powers. So 2 gods
So
out of
I
the
get
deck.
to pick 2 out of the whole deck. So, yeah.
We know nothing about how these
Yeah,
gods
we have no
work,
idea
so
how
we
this
just
is
pick
gonna-
sort of randomly.
You have to make sure that they're compatible with the number of players, so I guess some of these don't
do
really
they have
work.
an indication on them? Says
Yeah, it's got I think. Does it say?
they do have little icons on them, but I think those may be what their special abilities
and
are.
I think the flowers are the number. We suggest you use the simple god powers indicated by the hibiscus flower. Oh, it has a little chart here, I think.
Okay. None of them have 2. I see 3
Yeah.
and 4.
I'm not sure here.
I don't know.
I guess it's make sure that they're compatible with a 3-player game and a 4-player game, because some of these don't.
Yeah, some of them have no
Like Cronus
indication,
over here has nothing.
which means it's probably just a
2-player
thing.
character.
Gotcha. So they all work for 2-player.
Yeah,
but some of them work
some of them don't.
for
Like
3.
the
I see one
Grasse
that's
here is
3
just
and not
a 3.
4-player. Gotcha.
Cleo is just a 3. Hecate is just a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how that works.
So any of these simple gods are going to be compatible.
they're gonna work for us. The challenger reads each selected god power aloud from the rulebook. Refer to the set icon and index number C to find each god power description. In clockwise order, everyone chooses a god power and places it in their area. The challenger receives the last god power.
Okay, so you're going to choose 2, and I choose which one I want to be, and then you get the other one.
The challenger chooses a start player, including themselves. The start player places 2 workers, so on and so forth. So.
Alright.
Okay. I just want to see what some of these mean. So these are the simple gods. Let's just go through all of them at first. So there's Apollo, the god of music. Your move. Your worker may move into an opponent's worker's space by forcing their worker to the space yours just vacated. So you can swap spaces.
Pixie.
Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Your move. Your worker may move 1 additional time, but not back to its initial space.
So
You can move
to
an
another
extra
space, but
yeah.
not back. Okay.
Athena, goddess of wisdom. Opponent's turn. If one of your workers moved up on your last turn, opponent workers cannot move up this turn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds challenging.
Atlas, titan shouldering the heavens. Your build. Your worker may build a dome at any level.
Oh, man.
So you can cap any.
Well, anything that you're adjacent to. Yeah.
Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Your build. Your worker may build 1 additional time, but not on the same space. Hephaestus, god of blacksmiths. Your build. Your worker may build 1 additional block, not dome, on top of your first block. Hermes, god of travel. If your workers do not move up or down, they may each move any number of times, even 0, and then either builds.
Wow, that sounds...
So they
that's
move
Hermes.
around.
Yeah, they
a
can
lot,
move anywhere
yeah.
as long as they're not moving up or down.
Right.
That sounds OP.
Which if you've built like a first level, you can also move it around to like a first level of buildings too. Minotaur, bull-headed monster. Your move. Your worker may move into an opponent worker's space if their worker can be forced 1 space straight backwards to an unoccupied space at any level. Push you forward, yeah. Pan, god of the wild. Win condition. You also win if your worker moves down 2 or more levels.
So if you drop,
Yeah.
I win.
Exactly. God of chaos. And Prometheus, Titan benefactor of mankind. Your turn. If your worker does not move up, it may build both before and after moving.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
So these are some interesting abilities.
Yeah.
I can see why this game is so popular. I mean, it seems so much fun.
Yeah.
So many interesting ways to play such a simple game.
I'm going to put down Artemis.
What was Artemis again?
Artemis is you may move your worker one additional time, but not back to its initial space.
Okay.
And
Man, it is so windy out.
I'm going to do Apollo. So we'll do the twins.
Okay.
Which I think makes sense. Here's the rest of the cards.
Yep.
So Apollo's is you can swap spaces with another worker. You may move into an opponent worker's space by forcing their worker to the space yours just vacated. I'm going to move the book up there.
I know. It's so
It's
cold.
so strange that we're in here. Our bedroom is warmer, so
She's like, come where it's warm.
come sit in the bedroom so I can sit in your lap.
Yeah, come on up.
You know, the red blanket is behind you.
Put a red blanket in my lap. Would you
She
like that?
loves that red blanket. That red blanket serves as our tree skirt when we have our Christmas tree up. But she loves to sit on it.
Go.
Absolutely adores it.
Lila.
La la.
There we
Like,
go.
I want to be on camera.
Oh, sure. That's good. Do they have a god
We
who,
have a
if
little
a cat
cat.
knocks the table, you have to accept whatever position everything lands in?
Not in the Simple Gods. Alright,
So I get
you
to
get
choose.
to pick the first
What's
one.
Apollo's ability?
Apollo's is to swap places with another player's worker.
Oh, interesting. Both
And
movement
Artemis.
related.
Yeah. I went with the twins. I figured if they were both movement related instead of like one movement and one build related, then that might let us sort of practice special abilities. So you picked
I will
Apollo.
be Apollo. Here's Apollo's card.
Ooh, nice lead.
They all have these very cute sort of chibi gods on them. I don't know if
They're
you can see it.
adorable. There's Artemis. Let me show off Apollo
Sure.
nice and close. Apollo.
Yay.
Check it out. Our lighting is actually not horrible.
Not the worst.
Given that we have like just our overhead
I've been
light.
streaming on my personal stream
Yeah.
using
from in here.
like in this room, but the webcam that I have, which is an old discarded webcam, is awful. So my personal stream, this room looks very yellow.
Yeah, I mean the overhead light looks very yellow anyway. It's just a yellow cast to the room.
All right,
Yeah.
so how do we determine who's first player?
I do. I
You
think.
choose who's first player.
Yeah,
Okay.
the challenger chooses who's first.
Was Toshi gonna jump in chat?
I think he might be busy.
Oh, okay.
The challenger chooses a start player, including themselves. The start player places two workers with the chosen color. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
So yeah, I can choose myself if I want.
Can I only swap places with one of your workers, or can I swap with one of
I
mine?
think it's an opponent's. Yeah, your worker may move into an opponent worker's space by forcing their worker to the space yours just vacated.
Okay, cool.
So yes.
That's important for placement. I just need.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will go second.
Excuse me. I will go first then.
I will be on the draw.
I will be on the play. So I'll put my worker here.
You put
I
both your
placed
workers
both
out.
workers. I'll put
It's
one
so
here.
weird getting to put two tokens on.
I know,
both at
right?
once.
It's counterintuitive. It's not what I would imagine the placement would be.
Yeah. I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna go over here. Because I get to move a lot.
I'm first player.
Yes, you are.
Okay. I'm gonna move. build here. Go ahead.
Go here.
Two
Build
moves.
here.
Man, that extra move is going to make things
It's gonna
tough.
be mean.
Alright, I'm going to swap places with you. Zoop.
Hold on a second.
And build here.
So there are some things about god powers.
Oh, okay. Read on.
You must obey all god power text that says you cannot or must, otherwise you lose the game.
Okay, that's fair.
So if it says like you must do this, then or like opponent workers cannot move up this turn. If you move up one of your tokens, then you lose the game because you're in violation of someone else's god powers. Yeah, there's not as much must or cannot in the simple gods. Forced is not moved. Some god powers may cause workers to be forced into another space. That a worker that is forced is not considered to have been moved. Important for terminology.
Okay.
Because it's like if your worker's moved up or down, but it's not considered moved up or down. So like you don't
I see
lose your
what you
power.
mean. Yeah.
Like if you were to
If you
swap
get
places with
Forced
me,
somewhere, you're yeah.
right. To win the game by moving onto the third level, your worker must move up during your turn.
So
So
you
if
can't
you
be
force me
pushed
backwards,
onto the third
but-
level.
It doesn't win someone else the game.
That's actually kind of funny.
Because you can force them into a position where they can't win that turn because they have to move down.
off of it. Well, they could move their other figure.
Yeah,
and then
but-
win. But if their other figure is
No, because they
blocked-
have to move up onto it. They can't just be on it.
Oh.
They
okay,
have to
okay.
move up onto it. So
Gotcha.
if you force them onto it, if you're using the one that pushes, if
Yeah.
you're using the Minotaur, and you were to push them up onto the third level
They don't win.
and block them
and
on
then
the
they
step
have to-
below,
Yeah.
they can't get down from that level. And now you can keep moving around while blocking them on that so they can't get down and go back up to win.
Yeah. In the same vein, if you're the Minotaur and you push Pan up onto the third level, and then on your next move push Pan off the third level and move onto it,
It doesn't count.
Pan doesn't win from dropping.
Because Pan didn't do it.
They
you
were
did
forced.
It. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, yeah.
So yeah, god powers apply or are triggered at a specific time according to what is stated on the god powers description.
Your
So that's
move
why it's
or-
your move, opponent's turn, win condition. Additional setup must be performed when using some god powers. If your selected god power features setup text in the description, then execute special instructions during game setup. Additional win conditions are specified by some god powers. In addition to being able to win by moving up onto the third level during your turn, you can also win by fulfilling the win condition described. Many god powers feature a little, like, golden fleecy icon to indicate it can be used in the golden fleece variant of the game. So the golden fleece isn't just additional characters, it's a separate variant of the game.
Yeah, it's actually the expansion
Yeah.
that was released, and it comes with a little golden fleece token, which is pretty cool.
So just looking at some of the other characters.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like end of your turn, so setup. Bia, goddess of violence. Setup, you place your workers first. Whether you're the first player or not, you place your workers first.
Okay.
I'm looking at some of the other setup. Chaos, primordial nothingness. Shuffle all unused simple god powers into a face down deck in your play area. Draw the top god power and place it face up beside the deck. Anytime you have the power of the face up god power, you must discard your current god power and draw a new one after any turn in which at least one dome is built. If there are no god powers left to draw, shuffle them to create a new deck and draw the top one.
Wow. That's
But you
weird.
only get one god power at a time, and it's always going to be different, so it's hard to plan for.
Chaos.
That's why it's
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so start of opponent's turn. If one of your opponent's workers is higher than all of their others, it cannot move. Setup, place your workers anywhere along opposite edges of the board. That's Eros. Morpheus has like 3 different things he can do. He has a start of your turn, your build, and anytime power. Start of your turn, place a block or dome on your god power card. Your build, your worker cannot build as normal. Instead, your worker may build any number of times, even 0, using blocks and domes collected on your god power card.
Oh, weird.
So funky. And anytime, any player may exchange a block or dome on the god power card for a dome or block of a different shape from the general supply.
Yeah, that's...
So yeah, there's certain matchups. The Golden Fleece stuff
introduces
is
all
really
sorts of new
interesting.
mechanics.
So yeah, so we're playing with the simple gods, and that's the point.
It is your move. I
it is my move.
just switched with you and built there.
Yeah.
Now obviously I may switch with you, not I must switch with you or lose the game.
Right.
Because that would be too hard.
I'm gonna move there and build there.
Yeah. That extra movement of yours is...
It's
tricksy.
real nice.
I'm gonna move here and build there.
Okay. Move here and build there.
Is it a may or a must, the extra move?
I think it's May.
Okay.
May.
Okay. There you go.
I think you win.
I don't think so. Because if I move here and build here,
I can't move up.
but you could move boom boom and dome it.
Oh, that's true. I could.
It's your double move that's
Yeah, it's the
making
double
it.
move that makes it
So,
tricky.
I think I have to stay where I am for now on these 2.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, your double move, you could move boom boom and... Alright. I'm gonna move this one here and build there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna move boom and build there.
Okay. This was a good matchup of god powers.
See, I thought the twins would probably work well together in terms of being even. Because they're twins.
Move here and build here. Here we go.
Move here and build there.
Yeah. I'll move up here and build. It doesn't really matter. I'll build here.
Okay. Build there.
Uh-oh. I'll swap with this one and dome that.
Yeah, that was a good move.
I wonder if the chat can even see what we're doing. It is very small on screen.
It is very small on screen. I'm going to move here and build there.
Okay. Okay. Move here and build there.
can stop you. Or wait, you're not gonna be able to move. Oh no, you can be able to move up.
Yeah.
Crud.
Because the closest you can get is boom, boom to here.
Yeah, I can't dome it because I can get to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't block you that in time.
This is a
Yeah.
fun, cute.
I can see how it would
game.
get really, really challenging the more powers and the more complicated powers you had. So, yeah.
Do you want to try out number 9?
I want to try out number 9, yeah.
Okay.
Let's put away Santorini.
Yep, where are the rest of the gods?
thought
Did I? Oh, I put them in the box.
Yay.
I'm smart. Okay. I should say the box does not come with these nice little containers. Steve had somebody 3D print these for him.
Nice.
So that he had a good way to keep everything together in the box.
Hey, Malcolm. Welcome to our
Malcolm
living
Fett?
room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
We were unable to get to the store tonight.
Yeah.
Flooded roads made it
Floods
very
between
difficult.
here and Abington.
It made it difficult for us just to get from one end of Quincy to the other. I got to work. I'm leaning forward because chat is over that side of the screen.
Yeah,
I'm
but
visible.
it's not obscuring it. Yeah.
I went to work today, and by the time I got to work, I know at least a couple of roads were flooded because there was the high tide was at like noon, or just before noon.
Yeah.
And it was already bad at like 9 in the morning. My book drop at work was leaking. We had water we always have water in the basement when it rains, but there was water in the basement. I think all of the libraries were leaking. The main library had a leak. The North Quincy branch had a leak. Adam Shore had a leak. So yeah, all the libraries were damp today. And then eventually I went to the main library and started getting very nervous about getting home because we live on a road that the main access goes by the beach, and the beach was definitely flooded.
Yeah,
There's
if
the
you
instructions and stuff.
Google flooding in Quincy,
Yeah,
Massachusetts,
if you Google like
you'll
flooding
see a whole
Quincy,
bunch of pictures and
Quincy
videos.
Shore Drive, definitely. Shore Ave, I think probably is really bad.
Yep.
Howe's Neck is really bad. All the Adam Shore areas. Abington, I don't think is as bad because it's not coastal.
Yeah.
What happens with
But
us is
the wind is causing problems. The Norton
wind is
store
causing
is closed
surges.
today because they lost power.
yeah, Norton lost power and it didn't come right back. It flickered several times. But yeah, Andy couldn't get to work. He could not get out of Quincy today. We did manage to get home. He ended up spending the afternoon with my mom,
Yeah.
which is very convenient that she lives in between the edge of Quincy and our house. She's a nice
We were
midpoint.
prepared to spend the night at
We were completely
mother's
prepared
house.
to spend the night at my mom's house. My mom has a very nice house, and she's got very, very nice pets that are very nice and warm to sit with you.
Yeah.
And she was making soup, but we have our elderly cat who will probably appear.
Again,
She has
yeah.
come through a couple of times. But our very elderly cat was home, and we wanted to get home to her, so we braved the roads, and we managed to get home. There was one spot that I was very nervous about being able to get through, and it was clear. I do remember a couple of storms ago, like back in the fall, we had a really bad rainstorm at one point, and I had to like get into the middle lane down at the jug handle to turn around because the left-hand side, where it's the left turn lane, was so deep. I was like, I don't
There's
trust
a
that
lot
I'm gonna
of
be able
so
to.
when
to
I
get through that.
tried to get to work, and I made a
He
valiant
made a
effort.
very, very good effort.
All right, so I pulled out onto the road that we live on and started driving towards Quincy Center, and the first road I tried to turn onto was flooded.
Yeah, that
And
dip there is.
they had
in the marsh.
they had a fire engine and were putting up cones and stuff. So I was like, okay,
live near
I'll
the
back up a
Hudson
little
River.
bit. I'll take the next right. And I went to the next right, and committed to it.
Yeah,
Was
'cause you
halfway
have to.
down it and saw that it was flooded in front of me. And at that stage, there's
nothing you can do.
You can't back up. You can't turn around.
It's like an off-ramp. There's nowhere to go.
I had to turn onto a one-way street, drive down a one-way street, and then drive over a bridge, and then drive back over the bridge in the other direction.
You have to go through like the Neponset Rotary, basically.
Yeah.
So not cool.
So
not
that
cool.
So that got me where I wanted to be. I was aimed at Quincy Center.
Right.
I got on Hancock Street, which is the main street in Quincy. Started driving and decided I wasn't going to try to turn right and get on Newport because Newport was flooding.
Yeah, Newport gets really bad. Newport flooded during the January 4th storm.
Yeah.
And that was a snowstorm. And it flooded because there's marsh right there. And as soon as you get a storm surge, the marsh just flows over into the road.
So I decided I was going to drive into Quincy Center, drive past the Quincy Public Library and the Stop and Shop there.
Yeah.
And go over the flyover and then turn left onto Commander Shea Boulevard.
Yeah, onto Commander Shea.
But as I turned towards the Stop and Shop, there were police cars blocking that road.
There were
So I
so
turned
many
around again.
roads
I
were
went through
flooded.
the Stop and Shop parking lot, got onto Route 3A, and I was like, okay, I'll go this way and just take the back roads.
Yeah.
And there was another police barricade, and I was like, "Rrr." And then, yeah, there was a big frou-for-all, and ultimately I decided I'm just going back home. But I didn't believe I could make it here.
Because the street we live on floods at one end.
Yeah.
And getting onto it from the other side forces you to go through a turnaround because it's a divided road. So that floods, and that was what I was worried about getting home. But I got out of work at 5. Low tide was 5:19. So.
Yeah. But we're home now. We're
made
not
it.
at Battleground. We
We're
don't
not
have
at the store.
our fantastic rig with our lighting and our
We have
microphones.
Andy's phone.
Yeah, we have my phone. If the power goes out, we'll still have my phone as long as we have.
We have flashlights. We have candles.
Yeah.
Candles left over from our wedding, which
As long as
was
I have a cell signal, we'll be
15
able
years
to
ago.
broadcast.
So, yeah, we made the attempt, and we definitely wanted to be able to stream tonight. So here we are. We just finished playing Santorini. We played a couple of rounds of Santorini, including a round with Simple Gods.
Yep.
Which was really fun. Definitely really interesting stuff. We should play a survival horror themed game. We could.
So if the lights go out.
If the
yeah.
lights go out, we should definitely try and find the most survival-y game we
don't
have.
really have a lot of
We
survival.
don't really go for
stuff.
horror games. I'm sure we could find something in our pile that would be appropriate. But
I feel like in my car, which is in the shop right now.
Yeah, which doesn't help
I have
us. Not walking
Last
down
Friday.
That's right. I think you do have Last Friday in your car. It's not in the stack here.
No.
We have Fallout.
Yeah, that's
We can play Fallout.
horror survival, I guess.
I have Wasteland Express down in my car. You can definitely go get that. I could go get it.
All right.
What do we have over there? I see Labyrinth. I see Dixit.
Yeah.
We have all of our games sitting in the corner of our living room.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Portal.
But we're in our PJs, and I just finished a cup of tea, and yeah, so we played Santorini. We had a lot of fun with that. That was every bit as cute and fun as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's everything I wanted it to be.
Definitely want
basically.
to try it with more players.
Yes.
So if we're able to play with Travis and John or with other folks next weekend, we should totally do that.
Yeah, definitely. And then we're gonna play number 9.
Yeah.
So these were 2 games that were on our list that are things that we're really hoping to be able to demo or talk about at PAX, which is fast approaching.
God,
And
PAX
we
is
hadn't played either.
in 5
so
weeks.
we wanted to give them a try and see how they were. We were hoping to be able to stream them tonight at the store with our buddy Travis. Unfortunately, that is not happening. So here we are in our living room, streaming off the phone. So
Yeah, Malcolm, crazy
Yeah.
fast. PAX is
yeah, it is
right around the
wild thinking about how close it is.
We're gonna have fun. Are
we're
you
gonna
gonna be
have a great
demoing your
time.
game? Are you gonna have your game there?
Yeah, are you going to be demoing?
Because I'd like to get a chance to try it. I know you've had it in development for decades. But I'd love to be able to try it out. Yeah, awesome.
Yay! That's exciting.
All right, shall we?
Let's try number 9.
Number
Let's
9
give it
is
a go.
probably one of the simplest games I have ever seen. It is gorgeous. So here is the box, and you can see that it has a bunch of tiles.
That look vaguely like numbers.
Yeah, they're vaguely number
0,
shaped.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So the goal of the game is to get the highest score. The way you get a high score is by building stacks of numbers.
Okay.
The higher in the stack the number is, the more points you get for it.
Gotcha.
So for example, anything on the bottom level is worth 0 points because that's level 0.
Gotcha.
If you manage to build something on top of that, and you'll need to,
You need to sort
you
of
can't have
enclose.
anything hanging off the edge. But if you manage to build something on top of that, it gets the level times its number. So this would get you 1 point because it's a 1 on first level.
So it looks like the tiles that might be best to build on top of are also the higher numbers, like 9.
Yeah, 9 is a
really
looking
great
number.
one
But here we
to-
could put a 9 on level 1 and get 9 points.
Right.
If you build a little bit more, you could, just throwing stuff
And like
out
the
here.
0, you'd think, oh, the 0 gives you a lot of points, except it has a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
So putting it on your base level, yeah, you want to put a 0 on the base level, except it really only gives you the outer lines of it.
Yeah, and you can't
Nice.
put anything in the middle. Boy, the 7 doesn't fit anywhere in this 3.
No, the 7's a giant pain.
I don't know if you guys can see the numbers at all on stream.
There we
No,
go.
you can't put it upside down. They all have to be oriented the same way.
That's nonsense.
I know, right? Do, 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 do.
There we go. That's
Oh,
better.
there you go. A
That's
7
better.
goes in the 2 like that. So anyways, if you manage to get, we'll just imagine that I've figured out how to do it, a 9 on the 3rd level, or on the 2nd level, that's 18 points.
Times 2.
So the higher it is, the more points you get for
All right. I'm into it.
it. Okay.
Let's do it.
And what we're going to do is we have this deck of cards, and
Putting things on top of other things.
that's
Yeah.
definitely what this stream is all about.
That was the theme for tonight.
Yeah,
Is-
exactly.
It's the stream about putting things on
Because
top of other
Santorini
things.
was definitely about putting things on top of other
It's
things.
gonna be a whole. I should start a whole new channel just putting
I'm
things
gonna
on top of other
scooch
things.
a little bit and then have an area here that I can build in.
This is where I jog, so it's all like
Good, it's flat.
divotty. No, it's not. It's like a crater. It's
All right.
like it's megaton.
Alright, so playing the game. One player flips the top card of the deck and places it face up near the deck. Then each player takes one matching tile and places it in their display however they want.
Okay.
Continue flipping cards and placing tiles until the deck runs out. Only the first tile that you place can be put sideways or upside down.
And
All
then
future
everything
tiles
else
have to
orients.
match it.
Okay.
So, and number side must be face up.
Okay. So you
And
can't
then when
flip
we
over.
run out of deck, that's when you score.
Okay.
So simple, right?
Yeah.
Incredibly simple.
So let's put a.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
each get a 3.
Yeah.
I'll put my 3 here like so.
I'm gonna put my.
Is that on stream? Okay.
This.
Okay. Now we get a 7. 7. So. Okay. You're not allowed to look at mine. Okay.
I'm turning my head.
Oh,
to,
okay, okay. I felt like if we were actually playing this game, you should have a screen that you build behind.
Yeah.
Because if your opponent can see where you're placing stuff, everybody's going to build something similar, I feel like. I don't know. Amanda is the Tetris person, so. Is that upside down, or is that right side up?
3, 7.
7. Okay.
Okay. 0.
Is mine upside down? I might have.
No. Is it?
I'm misremembering how a 3 goes. I think mine is upside down. I'm confused.
Well,
now.
you have a 0, so
Okay.
figure that out.
I'll put a 0 here. Alright. Next card.
Another 0.
Oh no. 2 zeros in a row. Well, I guess it's good that the zeros are on level
No.
0.
I did that wrong. That can go there.
Like that, I guess. Okay.
5s.
Okay. Thank you. Interesting. That's kind of annoying. These shapes, are built in such a way that they don't actually fit together very well.
Yeah.
Maybe on future attempts we'll get better at this. I'm not off to a great start here, is what I'm trying to say.
No, I keep forgetting I have to orient them all the same way.
Okay. So far, neither of us have gotten any points.
4.
4. Here you go.
Do you think the store is more or less busy with the bad weather?
Well, Norton is certainly less busy because
Yeah,
it's closed.
Norton is unfortunately closed due to the inclement weather.
Yeah, you totally should be able to rotate the pieces.
Yeah, I
'cause
don't like this not being able to rotate thing.
This is not working at all.
Yeah.
There. Yes, there. Okay. I'm good.
It says you can orient the tile however you like as long as its grid aligns with the grids of your other tiles. The tile must be adjacent to another tile on its level.
Mm-hmm.
Tiles are adjacent if they share an edge, not only a corner. The first tile you place on a level does not need to follow this rule, obviously.
But then why is this illegal?
A tile on level 1 or higher must overlap 2 or more tiles on the level directly beneath it.
Oh.
It's not because it's oriented differently, it's because it would be only on top of the 9.
Do you want to start over?
Yeah, I want to start
Let's
over.
start over.
Let's start over, because I would have placed things so differently.
Yeah, okay. That makes things a lot easier
God.
if you can put things any which way.
Because otherwise you're just sort of like,
Nothing
I guess I
works.
have to put that there.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
not
okay.
creating a good panel.
New game.
Yeah, definitely time to start over. We are starting
clean
over.
Cup, start over.
Clean cup, move down. Yeah, I think it sort of depends whether for Battleground, I feel like it's very dependent on who can get there and whether they have power at home.
I will say there are definitely days when, like, if school's out and it's not that hard to get around, like
If it was bad to
places
get
are
to
called
school.
off
Yeah.
and then it turns out not to be that bad. Those are busy days for Battleground because everybody's got the day off, so they head in.
Because my mother teaches in Quincy and has been a teacher in Quincy for a long time, I know that the decision process for when to call school has less to do with it's going to be gross all day and more to do with can we get the kids safely to school. So if there's no possible way to get kids safely to school, Like the bus stops aren't plowed out and are not going to be plowed out in time. Even with a delay, there's no way to get them clear if like it's still coming down as of say like 7 a.m. There's no way they're going to be able to clear the bus stops in time to have them be safe spaces for kids to get picked up. If the sidewalks aren't going to be clear for kids who walk, etc., etc. That doesn't mean that the snow's going to last all day necessarily. It could stop at like 8 a.m., but there still might not be any way. Yeah, but there's just no, if that's where they make the decision. But sometimes that means things clear up by 10 a.m. and everyone's plowed out and shoveled, and then everyone's just sort of sitting around being like.
And then they go to Battleground.
Yeah, but also I think it gets busy. At Arbella. So yeah, I know where that is. If it gets if power goes out in some places, but the roads aren't bad, you're not gonna sit around in your house that has no power if Battleground has power. You're gonna like call your friends and be like, hey, you wanna get together at Battleground? We can order pizza and play games in a heated store with electricity. And that's a very different situation. So yeah. Alright. Starting over.
Yes. Let's do this thing.
Start with a 4.
4. Got my 4. Ready.
Okay. 1.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
We both did the same thing with that.
Well,
Fill in that little
fits
notch.
Perfectly.
3.
No, I don't do that. Whatever. It's going in there.
Yep, do it.
Going somewhere.
It's got to go somewhere.
Go ahead.
9.
Nueve. Okay.
7.
Excellent. 7. There.
0.
Oh, the 0. Thanks. No, I don't want to do that. Up in here. Okay.
6.
This is definitely a game that would stream better from the loft, where we could
Yeah, be showcasing one of
have a better
the panels.
camera setup.
Gotcha. That's cool. Thank you
What's
for popping in, Malcolm. And we don't ever mind lurking. That's fine. We're just happy to have had you pop in and say hi.
Thanks for visiting, and hope you can continue to lurk.
Yes.
All right, we got our 6s.
Yep, we got our 6s. 7.
Another 7. All right, 7. What you got for me here? Okay. Oh man, another 9.
Crud. Should have
Yeah.
gone with my gut on that one.
Okay.
Never trust my instincts. 2.
Okay. Interesting shapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
0.
So I believe there's 2 of each card in the deck. So we've gotten both our 0s out of the way now.
3.
No. Okay.
5.
All right. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's really tough.
But I like it better now that we know we can orient the pieces any way we want.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to do a thing, but I can't get this thing done. That's not helpful. 8, where are you going to go? Taking a risk. Okay.
1.
1. That risk did not pay off.
8.
Another 8. Nope. Nope. Okay.
2.
Okay. 4. I've really built myself into a corner here. Not literally, but okay. Got it.
5.
5. Okay. It's gonna work.
And the last one is a 6.
Final number. Is that your final answer?
Ooh, yeah. I did not get there. No. Yeah, that's just lost points.
Alright, so they recommend when counting up your score to debuild starting at the top
Yeah.
and go down and count the number of points that you get for each one. So this
I'm gonna let you do it first.
Okay. This 8
Mm-hmm.
is worth 24 because it's on level, or no, it's on level 2.
Yeah.
So it's worth 16.
Well,
so
you
that's
have
16 and this
one
is 12.
third level. That's a third level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 0 is the bottom, 1 is the
middle.
second layer.
Okay.
So this is 12 and 16.
Yeah, I did not. I only got 1.
And then, so that's 28, 29, 38, 46, 51, 58, 61.
Okay. So I have
16.
16. 19.
Yep.
20. 29. 33. 40. 48.
So,
Yeah.
astonishingly simple game.
But the strategy of it is really interesting.
Yeah, definitely trying
you
to...
have to track what numbers you've had already in the deck and, like, be thinking about the shapes that you're leaving.
Yeah.
That, like, you're leaving space for.
So, obviously on bottom level, you're trying to build big, flat, empty areas that you can put stuff on.
And you're trying
But
to
you're also
put your
trying to
place
do
in
it with lower value things.
Right.
It's a tricky game.
I really like it.
You really like it?
Yeah, I really like that one.
There is a solitaire mode, which is just exactly the same thing, just seeing how high a score you can get. And I know you love things that you can play solitaire.
I do. I love when a game has a solitaire mode built in.
Having played Santorini right before playing this,
Yeah.
you can't help feeling that
Hey, Toshi!
you wish you could both be playing in the same space so that you could block your
Yeah.
opponent and stuff like Santorini does.
It is a real numbers game, my friends.
Yes, we had to do maths there at the end. That was hard.
I had to count.
Yeah.
You know how much I hate that.
Hi, Toshi.
How's it going?
Glad you could join us. We've played both of the
Look,
games that we wanted to play.
Streaming in our living room.
I know, right? It is cold in here.
It is cold in here.
I should have made myself some tea or something.
Yeah, my tea is cold now, so.
Wow.
I mean, there was like that much left of it, so yeah. Hey, it's about 9:20. We normally go to about 9:30.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
But I feel bad stopping the stream right when Toshi joins us.
Yeah, Toshi just got here.
We should play something else.
Should we play something else?
Do we have anything short
What do you think?
that two players can do?
Yeah, it's like 50 there. Yeah.
Well, it's 50 outside.
It's 50 outside where you are,
It's
or
like
inside.
30 something. It's like
It's 37 here,
Yeah.
outside.
just warm enough that we're not getting.
I realize
Snow.
that's not what you're used to.
We could play flip ships.
We don't have a good
No,
place to play flip
this
chips
would be
here.
a
We don't
very
have a table.
bad space to play flip ships.
Yeah.
Um,
We have. What else do we have that we haven't
like
played in a
Talisman's a short game. We could play that quickly.
We could play a quick game of Talisman.
I mean, we could play Labyrinth. Can you play that 2-player?
You can.
Let me go over here and look and see what else we've got in the stack. Or you're gonna go look?
I'm gonna look.
Okay.
All right. Games that we have. We have Labyrinth.
Uh-huh.
We have Dixit.
Dixit.
We have Splendor. We have Kemble's Cascade,
Mm-hmm.
which is definitely not a quick, easy game. We have Captain Sonar and Suspend.
We could play Suspend, right?
Suspend doesn't really film well, but we don't really have the camera set up for things to really film well anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
We could play Concept with 2 players.
I guess.
Let's
it
try
feels like it's
Suspend.
more fun with more players. Yeah, let's play Suspend.
I gave
Suspend isn't great 2 players, but
Yeah.
Suspend is definitely a great game, so.
I gave Suspend to Andy for Christmas. I put it in his stocking.
Yes, I was like, what is this giant... Oh, I think I know what that is. Well, you know what else we could do on
So
stream?
here's the thing.
Where's the... Yeah.
This is Suspend. So imagine that in a Christmas stocking.
It basically filled the stocking up.
We need to do trivia. Yeah, these smileys are a horror show. Yeah, those are the default. Aren't they terrifying?
If you subscribe to our channel, Toshi, you'll get
You get the little shield emote.
the shield emote.
Andy, can you do the shield?
I think I can. Lobster of Revenge could do the shield emote.
We need to do trivia. I don't have any trivia cards.
Shields.
There we go. Do you have Amazon Prime, my friend? You could sub with Twitch Prime, because you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, and you have 1 free Twitch Prime sub.
And we currently have nobody who has donated any bits, so.
Yeah, no bits.
How shall we do
Bits.
rolling? We'll just put this here for the roll, for the dice roll.
Oh, I have 6 bits.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
You're gonna be the bit champion.
I'm gonna be the bit champion.
Just bit 1 bit. There we go.
I'm gonna do a whole 5 bits.
Oh man, extravagant.
There we go.
Thanks for the
Yay!
bits.
Bits! Now I'm the bit boss.
Go you. This is gonna be so unstable.
This
love
is gonna be the most ridiculous, because we're playing on our
Where's-
lumpy floor.
Where's the... Oh, there it is, the hook.
See, Andy, look at the little thing with the badge around my...
Merriman Lion, congratulations on being the bit boss.
I am the number 1 bit donator. So now if I talk in chat... I think it it'll show up.
What am I missing? Yellow. Of course, yellow.
No, I think I have to change my
Yes, please.
appearance.
So Amanda,
Yeah.
for a 2-player game, do you want to play with
Yes.
twice as many things?
Sure.
I mean, we could do that for the second one. We'll do one where we can show
There we go.
the chat how the game works. And then if we feel like it, we could play a 2-player game where we use
There we
twice
go.
as many.
So now,
rods.
I have next to my name
Mm-hmm.
the little
Yeah, the badge.
bit leader badge. So yeah.
So chat, for anybody who has not watched us play this before, or who is not familiar with Suspend,
Yeah.
this is a dexterity game of balancing and managing weights and stuff.
It's nonsense, and we love it.
So we have a die that has colored sides.
Yep.
And we each have 6 little rods. I hope you can see those. And these rods have colored ends. So the idea is
Put it
you
up
roll the
against my
die.
sweater, and then we can see it a little
Yeah.
better.
You roll the die, and it's
they
going to
have
tell
these
us
little,
which
like,
rod we're going
hooky
to try
bits in
and
them.
balance. And then you balance those on this rod here.
Yep.
So you'll see very quickly how it works. It is a super intuitive and fun and simple game.
Yep.
We played this during... Shall I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
We played this during Christmas, and it was like the perfect just pull it
Yeah.
out and play it during Christmas thing. Oh, the die is spinning, spinning, spinning. It's red. Red
It's a
is
good
a good
starter.
thing to start with. So I take my red thing and I hang it on the hook. It is important to note that you can only use one hand to
Yeah.
hang your hooks, and it must go into... Oh, you got a yellow right off the bat. Show them the yellow. The yellow has 2 places you can hang things, but they face in opposite directions, and neither is in the center.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
The worst is when you get yellow as the first piece.
Yeah, and
because
then
it's
everything has
almost
to hang on it.
guaranteed that the first person to have to hang, even if the first person to hang it is okay, the first person who has to hang something
Okay.
off of it usually knocks the whole thing down. And if you
I
knock
roll
the
green.
whole thing down, you have to take them all.
Yeah. So I want to try and hang this without knocking her yellow piece off.
Yeah.
And I think I can do it. There we go. Yeah.
Also
Another green. So the only available spots are on this end.
Yeah.
Tricky. Although, you can do all sorts of fancy bits.
Yeah.
You gonna try and be fancy? Oh, she's just gonna try and booby trap the whole thing. Okay, it's suspended. Friction.
Good luck.
It's a magical thing. Black.
Little one.
Yeah. Can I... Black isn't long enough to reach through here, is it?
Not really.
Oh, whoa!
It is a rule that if you, like, bump the structure, wow.
Got it. That green almost fell.
Yeah, it did.
That green is not well balanced.
No.
Alright,
I'm very nervous about that green.
you roll.
Green.
Oh. I guess that's my green because it fell before you placed a piece.
Yeah.
So it fell off, so I own it. But since Amanda rolled green, she doesn't have a green.
I get to
She
place
gets
it.
my green. There you
Yeah.
go. So sometimes you end up in this game with these intricate, fascinating structures. Can you do it? You did it. Oh.
One of my favorite things to do with
very
this game is
stable.
when you're done with all the pieces,
I
seeing
rolled green
it,
and there are no
Nope,
greens
that's
left.
Blue.
Oh, that's blue. Okay, sorry.
Seeing if you can take the entire structure off the hook without losing anything.
Yeah. Just gonna be easy with this one.
Sure.
I think it's easy. Come on. Come on, suspend. Suspend.
I did play a game once where, while reaching for the die, one of the players bumped the entire thing,
Yeah.
and he had that was definitely him bumping it, so
And
he had
the
to
whole
take
thing
all
collapsed.
of the pieces. Yellow.
You get my yellow.
Yeah, I do.
You've rolled both yellows now.
Yeah, it's evil.
What you gonna do?
You can't hang something off of a hook where something already is.
Right. There's a limited number of spaces you can hang from at this stage. Oh, clever. Clever.
There's nothing that says I can't do that because
Nope.
the primary hang is there.
Yep, that's legal. That's definitely legal. Orange.
Oh!
My last piece.
The thing is, I think the way we've been playing is you don't win until I've played a piece and you've rolled the die and not rolled one of my pieces.
Okay.
I don't think that's officially the rule, but I think it makes sense because you could on your next turn have to place one of my pieces.
That's true.
There are, you know.
Do it however you want. I enjoy just building a thing. Oh, you get an orange as well.
Yeah.
Now that I've put an orange on, there's a lot more options because it's got a ton of hooks on it. This still fits with our theme of putting things on top of other things.
Of course it does.
This is definitely the putting things on top of other things stream. Alright, I just have to roll something that you don't have.
It isn't a blue, red, or black.
Yellow!
Yellow, so
I
you win.
Alright, so now I'm going to try Amanda's thing where you
Try
take
and
the whole
take the
thing
whole
up.
thing up off the structure without losing pieces. Which is tricky because we were using the structure as stabilization. There we go!
There we go. That's what we built.
Sort of put a black.
You see? Oh, there you go.
we go.
Look at that. Look at that weird thing that we constructed.
Yeah.
So that's Suspend. And
We
that
love
is
Suspend.
a great thing
It's
to
a
do.
really fun game.
Do you want to try a game where we use all the pieces?
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Okay.
Do we want to just not do it competitively and just have to pull from it and just keep having to put pieces on?
I mean, we could. Sure.
Let's do it. Let's just put the whole pile out.
If you...
Well,
I had something else that I thought we could do on stream just to do something
What?
on stream.
build Lego.
No. Although
Card
building Lego
poem.
would be cool.
Card poem, welcome. For one, I don't think we've seen you around these parts.
Yes,
This is
and
not our normal streaming
This
place,
is
but this
Suspend
is Suspend.
is what we're playing currently.
It is a game about balancing these metal
Thank you, Lobster
rods.
Revenge.
I'm gonna put my sweater out here. You wanna buy some Suspend? They're these sort of metal pieces
I'll
that
be
have
right back.
lots of little hooks and sort of divots to them, and they have different colored handles. So this one has orange, and it is blue, and the die has different colored faces. So you roll the die, and you have to place the right thing. It is hard, but it's a lot of fun. It's really interesting the structures you end up with. In a competitive game, you have to, if you bump the structure and knock something down, or your piece overbalances and knocks things down, whatever falls, you have to take back into your hand. And what's in your hand is the pieces you have left. Andy and I were going to attempt to play just a co-op game where we try to build a structure using every piece without knocking everything down. What were you looking for?
I thought I had 5 more packs of Unhinged that we had not, or not Unhinged, Unstable, that we had not opened yet. Could be in one of the Christmas bags.
They might be in one of the Christmas bags.
Would you like to open some Unstable on stream?
Are those actually unopened? Or did we
Oh,
store?
maybe we
stored
just
the
put stuff
cards
back
in the
there.
packs,
Oh well.
Yeah.
I was hoping we
Never
had
mind.
unopened packs of Unstable.
Domino's
That would've been
Jenga
amazing.
3D. Yeah, it's you don't have to like connect one color to another color, so you don't have to like match up. You're just picking what piece you're putting up based on the die. But it's sort of like reverse Jenga. Instead of pulling pieces out and building it, you're just trying to add to the structure, and the structure hangs off. You can't really make it out on camera, but try and use my dark sweater. We have this structure here with a hook at the end, and so we're hanging things off of that. So if you've never tuned into our stream before, this is not our typical streaming location.
Yeah, so we stream board games every Friday night. Board games, card games, that sort of thing.
Usually from Andy's workplace, which is Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, Massachusetts. But we have a nor'easter in here, and
couldn't get to Battleground.
Could not get into Battleground, which was a real bummer. So we are...
Yes, reverse pickup sticks.
We are here in our living room streaming because we thought, well, we've got the games we were going to stream tonight anyway. We might as well play them. We have power, we have an internet connection, and we have a phone with a camera. So here we are, using Andy's phone and data to stream.
Yeah, that way if we lose power, as long as there's still a cell signal, we'll still be live. We just won't have the chat anymore.
We have flashlights,
yep.
And we have candles in glass
knock
jars.
on wood, but it feels like our power has been pretty stable. It flickered a few times before we got started.
You shush.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your power's out.
Oh.
Yeah, podcasting like in olden times. This is way back, buffering.
In my day, we didn't have multiple cameras and fancy lighting effects and microphones.
My day being a few months ago.
Yeah.
Before we built up our streaming rig at the store. But if you tune in next Friday, we will be streaming from the store, and we have fancy cameras and fancy lighting and lighting cues and everything.
Yeah, if you check out the YouTube
the
channel
power
that's
outage.
linked
Thanks,
down
Josh.
there, there's a whole bunch of...
right underneath us.
There's a whole bunch of archived videos in there.
Yeah. So okay, let's
We're
try
just
this
build
mega.
as much as we can with everything we've got.
This is mega structure.
Co-op. Okay.
Suspend.
Let's go.
I'm gonna start with orange. It's a good one to start with. It gives us
like the
lots
perfect
of
one to
options.
start with.
Yeah.
So.
There is a kids version of Suspend,
which has plastic rods. Red. We did not get a red last time. People. Or
it
no,
is
I used
so
at least one red.
funny. You should say houndstooth. It's actually a dog pattern.
Are you gonna bring it up to the camera?
Yeah. It's little Scotties. It's Scotty dogs and
it's houndstooth made from hounds.
It's made from real hounds. It's not an Afghan. It's a fleece blanket. I was saying earlier, I'm not normally a Vera Bradley type of gal. The brand tends to lean really heavy into florals, and that's not me. But no, you're not a fool. We just have a tiny camera, or you can't see it very well. You made a good, educated guess. But it is houndstooth made from real hounds. But it is a fleece blanket. It's very comfy. And yeah, a couple of years ago, 2 years back, my mom bought it for me for Christmas.
I don't know where we got this one. Obviously, it's another Scotty
That
thing,
was
so it
another
must be
gift
something
from my
your
mother.
mom.
My mother has Scotties.
Yeah, she's a Scotty person.
Yeah, I love the quilted sort of feel to it because I actually quilt. I don't think you can see it, but I have a quilt up behind me that I made. And I love that. I'm not a floral sort of person, and I don't really go for hot pink. So, and that tends to be a very Vera Bradley sort of thing. But the Scotty thing was very atypical, and I really liked it. It had an MC Escher quality to it, and my mom and I both really like MC Escher, and we both really like dogs. So that was perfect.
Yes.
A perfect confluence. All right, so you put a red over there.
Extra red, yep.
Another red.
Okay.
You're making a very symmetrical.
I mean, you don't have to make it symmetrical.
No, but I think that's a good way for us to start, right?
So in the competitive game, very frequently you put things up in such a way that they barely balance.
Yeah,
because your
you're trying
intention
to
is to get
screw
other
your
people to
opponent.
knock things down. But we're playing non-competitively.
God, we're gonna have 4 yellows to put up?
There's 4 of everything.
Yeah, but the yellows are the worst.
Come on, you can do it. You...
that's not gonna happen. I think
it was worth a try.
it was. You were so close. You could hang it off of the orange. Why are you going across when you could go diagonally?
Yes. Go like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lock it in.
Just stop. Oh, come on. This yellow is not cooperating. There we go.
The yellow's almost never. Oh. Well, at least only the yellow fell.
Yeah.
If we knock it down, do we have to start over? So
I mean,
mean.
we're making up the rules, right?
Yeah, this is Andy and Amanda make up the rules to co-op mega structure suspend red to put up.
Third red. There's only one red left. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Getting fancy now. Ooh. Well done.
I got very good at Suspend at PAX East last year. We played it a
Ooh,
lot.
final red.
Until we ran out, basically. We
Well,
did not
it's such
sell,
a fun game.
We didn't sell the demo. It also drew a crowd really easily.
Well, the
you'd
demo
start...
had a broken box. Is this legal?
No. I don't
Like
think you...
Well, it's
I
hooked
mean,
up
the
there.
main hook is there, so yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'm going to allow this.
Thanks, Judge. Yep, another yellow. Well, it's easier to do yellows later in the game.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing yellows early, that's where they're only hanging on one hook. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Good. It's good.
We'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Yellow.
Another yellow.
The problem with the yellows is that it's sort of leaving us with fewer options for other things.
Yeah. Whatever. There. Perfect.
Fine.
Orange.
Orange.
Nice.
Let's give ourselves some options over here.
Yeah, that gives us lots of things to hang things on. Blue. Blue to rate them. Whoa.
Now I want to watch Yellow Submarine.
I can show off my Yellow Submarine Lego that you got me.
You could.
Another blue, or is that green?
That's green.
Okay, green.
Part of our crappy lighting in our living room.
I do enjoy Suspend.
This
was a good
much
choice.
fun.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's awesome.
So let's get my sweater behind some things so we can see how this structure is looking.
Yeah.
You know what? I think if we hang a dark sheet behind the table at Battleground, if we hang one of the one of the play mats,
or
the
something?
star mats
You'll be able to see the structure
behind
better.
it, you can see the structure better.
That's a good idea. I'd love to be able to stream
That is
this.
green.
That is green?
Yeah. Yeah, we tried streaming this once and you could see nothing on camera, which was really
I
annoying.
guess I'll put this with the other green.
Yeah, if we can.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Whoa!
It's toppling. It's good.
It's fine.
Everything is good. There's a blue pillow over there.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm going for.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I will be right back.
Do 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 do. All right, chat. Ask me questions. This is my chance to chat with chat all by my lonesome. Hey, chat. It's just you and me now. What do you want to know about Battleground and about Battleground Games Live?
It's the special blue blanket.
Oh, good. How's Leela doing in the other room? Is she just sort of snuggled?
She's just chilling on the bed.
What's my favorite food? That's a good question to ask me when I'm starving.
Why are you starving?
Well,
We
I
had
didn't.
dinner.
Yeah, it's true.
We
I
had
think
soup. There's still soup on the stove.
my favorite food
Is that better?
waffles.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, there you go. My favorite food is waffles. I'm gonna say waffles.
Your own waffles.
How big is the PAX delegation this year?
So big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Suspend strategy.
Yeah.
Dark
something behind it.
background.
All right. I just placed a green. It's your turn.
So not only are waffles way superior to pancakes, and I say this as someone who loves pancakes, but waffles are way superior. One, because they have crevices for syrup. The syrup doesn't just run off.
That's true.
Yeah. But also, Andy makes the most amazing buttermilk waffles.
Yes, anybody who has been to either of the last
Team
two...
Waffles.
Yeah.
When will you guys use sock puppets?
For what? For playing Suspend?
In chat? Or are you talking me breaking out puppets from work? Because,
Oh, that's true.
I don't use puppets at work.
You use felt cutouts?
I use felt boards. Those aren't puppets, though. They don't
No,
go
they're
in your
not
hands.
puppets.
We actually do have a puppet here.
Yeah, where's my puppet? He's
Right
right over
there.
there. Okay, I'll get
Grab
out
your
of the
Muppet.
way.
I'm gonna... Green.
Green.
Ugh, okay. Green. We haven't rolled any black. And only one blue. So, this gift that Andy is getting out, your butt's so cute on stream right now. This was Andy's Christmas present a few years ago. I am so proud of myself for this, and it's impossible to get now. You can't get these. You could put blueberries, if you like blueberries, you can do that with any berry, or chocolate chips.
His
Because
glasses
I'm a
look
garbage
to be
monster.
attached. Okay.
Hi, guys! Now I'm a puppet!
I got Andy a Muppet that looks like him.
So,
He had
this
short
is
hair
going
at
to
the
be
time.
the stream now. Hi!
That's creepy, and I don't think he's going to be able to play Suspend very well.
No, I'll just... Here we go.
Oh, I do have to reattach his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad.
Oh.
But the... Oh, no! That was not my fault. I didn't do that. That was all you. I had nothing to do with that. You guys saw it, right? It wasn't me.
So,
It was all her.
a few years back, he does look like a Muppet, and there's a good reason for that. He was made by the Muppet Whatnot Workshop. FAO Schwartz had a service on their website for a long time called the Muppet Whatnot Workshop, and you could make your own Muppet.
Yeah.
You could choose from 3 different bodies. There
Super
was
cool.
the blue body, which is the one that I got Andy. There was an orange one and a green one. And they had slightly different head shapes. There was like the Bert head shape that was more like oblong vertically, and there was the Ernie head shape that was more horizontal.
Yep.
And then there was the blue that was more like, front facing.
Which is this one.
Which is what Andy got.
Did you get to choose the nose?
I did get to choose the nose. I chose purple.
Okay. It certainly works for this one.
Yep. And you got to choose the hair.
Yep.
Or facial hair. It was one or the other.
Not both.
You could be bald and have facial hair, or you could have hair but no facial hair. And at the time, Andy had short hair, and he had the mustache and the goatee.
Like this.
So, you could also choose the eyes. I chose to have glasses, because Andy wears glasses, like I do.
Looks good.
And the facial hair, a coworker of mine had, I was talking about this, I was like, I'm gonna have to go to Joann Fabric and buy some fun fur or something. And she was like, oh, I have some spare fur at home. I have some fake fur. I got it in a bunch of remnants.
So that worked out really well.
So she brought me a roll of fun fur, of this, brown fun fur. And I cut a mustache and a beard, and I super glued them on. I used fabric glue, because I do some crafting.
So I had no idea what she was doing. She made this whole mystery out of this thing. What was she making?
And you also got to pick his outfit, so I picked a trench coat, because Andy wears trench coats.
So, she had the box shipped to her mother, because she thought if I saw an FAO Schwartz box, I'd know what it was.
I knew I had seen the fact that this thing existed, the fact that the Muppet Whatnot Workshop existed, somewhere on some sort of geeky news aggregator. And I wasn't sure if it was, I couldn't remember where I had seen it. And Andy reads a bunch of geeky news aggregators like IO9 and Blues News and stuff
yeah,
like
I know.
that.
I mean, those things
And
will cross my path.
So I was like, I don't remember where I saw this, and it's entirely possible that I saw it somewhere that Andy frequents.
Yeah, it could easily have happened.
And
I don't
if
think
he
I would have
did-
made the connection, but
Well, if you had noticed it and been like, oh man, FAO Schwartz sells Muppets, and then seen a Muppet-sized box from FAO Schwartz
yeah, that
on
could have
our
given
front
it away.
doorstep, I was like, he might put two and two together. So I had it shipped to my mom.
But I knew she had this thing shipped to her mother, and then she was doing this craft project.
I
she
had
had to
go
like
glue
secretly,
and cut and-
like she had this stuff that she got from her coworker, and it was this whole big thing. But this is one of the best Christmas presents I have ever received. I mean, look at this. This is amazing.
I'm really proud of it.
So.
To this day, I am really proud of it.
So does that answer your question? When we will use sock puppets, we'll use hand puppets right now.
Yeah, puppets.
Ta-da!
Here is the puppet. I was really proud of myself for that one. That was the year that I kind of nailed almost everyone, I think. My mom got that solar system necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad got probably the best thing I will ever get my dad. It should be part of every stream. we'll bring him to the store. That'll creep everyone out. Except he's a Muppet, and everyone loves Muppets.
Muppets are awesome.
and he comes with his own little like carrying case and everything, and yeah, he's great.
He needs some touching up. His glasses are
I'll-
definitely loose.
I'll get some fabric glue and take care of that. I'll fix that. Yeah, he can be the tech guy. We that year, my dad is a big Lord of the Rings fan. My dad loves Lord of the Rings.
Is it my turn?
Thanks, Carpome. We're glad you stopped in
Yeah.
and chatted with us. Come back any Friday night, 7:30 to 9:30, 10ish.
We'll be playing all
week.
sorts of different games.
The only
So
week
that-
we don't play is gonna be PAX
Yeah.
weekend.
That weekend we are not going to be playing
Yeah.
games
Yeah, the
on
AV Muppet.
stream. Because we'll be playing something. There we go.
Yeah, it's time to light the lights.
Yep.
It's time to meet the Muppets on the Battleground Games live tonight.
That is green. Okay.
Yeah. So my dad is a big Lord of the Rings fan. Always has been, always will be. And he
Nice. Almost got it. Okay. Yeah.
he also really loves trains. My dad absolutely adores trains.
Right.
Has always been a train nerd, and has always been a Tolkien nerd. So I found a print that is the map of Middle Earth, made to look.
Oh no. It's okay.
Wow!
Everything's okay.
Made to look like a subway map.
Yeah, that was an
It
awesome
is-
map.
The most pinpoint marketed thing to my dad's interests ever. And I don't think I will ever find a better gift for my dad. My dad can be hard to find gifts for. I love him, but he's hard to shop for.
Black. It's the first black. Wow.
Yeah. But that was like the most perfect.
The best Christmas.
Gift I could have ever gotten him.
Oh, the train thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Fine.
And that was the year, like, I think every one of those,
Blue.
every one that year, I think I managed to get something really good. The Gift Whisperer, I wish every year. That year I
mean,
nailed it.
Amanda's pretty darn good.
This year, ThinkGeek helped me out by sending me an email about the perfect thing at the perfect time when I was going,
Hey,
how am I
there
going
we
to get
go.
Andy this year?
Oh man.
And
this
then
is
they
so
were like,
good.
we have this lovely box set of Jim Henson movie novelizations. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what I'm getting Andy this year.
With Brian Froud
Done.
illustrations and yeah. So it's got the Storyteller, the Dark Crystal, and Labyrinth, and each one
Just so perfect.
is a separate novelization
And they're beautiful.
with like gorgeous illustrations.
They're just
and,
so pretty. I find my
Oh,
mom really
I love
easy to
this.
shop for. Nature, birds, ocean, space. She's good.
We just
A
went and
scarf
saw The
that
Dark
has that.
Crystal in theaters, and that was
Yeah,
awesome. We're gonna
we're
go
gonna
see
go see
Labyrinth
Labyrinth.
in theaters soon too.
Alright, I rolled a green.
Green. Sure. Yeah. Wait. Whoa.
Everything's fine.
This is impressive. This.
Talk about space presence? You bet I can talk about space presence, Toshi. My sidetrack this entire thing? Sure, no problem.
Shall we talk about
That's why
presents that we
that's why
got
we're
from
chatting.
somebody who used to work for NASA?
Yeah, should I talk about the wonderful bookmarks and notebooks that a friend of mine who worked as a contractor for NASA got? Yeah. Do
A
they make
Lego
a,
International Space Station. I don't
Not-
know if they do.
They don't make an official ISS set, though I'm sure someone has done one, but they do have that rocket.
Yes.
It's
Which is
so
amazing.
weird, It's gigantic.
And they do have the Lego Ladies of
The ladies of NASA.
NASA, which is pretty cool.
Who could it be? Yeah. One of those bookmarks, Toshi, is going to my mother, just so you know.
The
I
Challenger?
think she's getting the Challenger one.
Yeah.
She's a teacher.
Another black.
Oh, it comes with the shuttle. I thought
What?
the Ladies in Space comes with the shuttle
Oh,
kit.
oh, it's not a separate piece?
I think
Okay.
it is a separate kit, but it comes with it as well. Because I think you can get
There
it.
we go.
You can get it separately. There is a shuttle pin. Oh, and I have a bunch of pins. Like I said, the pins that you gave me are finally going to get me to let them give me a lanyard name
She's
tag
gonna
at
start
work.
wearing a lanyard at work, yeah, so she can wear
I'm
her
gonna
NASA
end up
pins.
choking myself, but
Please don't
I'm,
choke yourself.
I'm wearing it at work
That's
so that I
green.
can show off my spacey pins. But yeah, I got my mother a scarf that is printed with the Cat's Paw Nebula.
Ooh, oh, you hung it on 3 things.
Yeah, I did.
That was well done. Wow. Is that
and
green? I think that's green.
Yes, it is green. Yeah.
I don't think I can outdo that hang you just did.
And then I got her a necklace that was beaded. It was actually Saturn. No,
Come on.
it was one of the gas giants. I can't remember which. But it was beaded so that
Yeah,
it
that
had.
wasn't as spectacular as I was hoping it
I
would be.
want to say it was Saturn. It had rings because it was a ringed. It was a bead that then had a ringed bead around it, which was very cool. And it was done in such a way that it had spacer beads in between larger beads that represented the moons. So you had the planet and then spaced out so that they were spaced out
Appropriately.
relatively appropriately, like relatively to scale, were the larger beads representing the moons. So it
Yeah, I
creates a
think
sort
it
of
was Saturn,
abstract
it was
pattern,
Saturn.
and she loves it and wears it. And there are a bunch of people who have done things like this. I think Geek has like a mass-produced one, but this was a handmade. Like this was one that like
Something
someone
you
on
got off
Etsy
Etsy.
made.
Yeah. Green.
Green.
There's no
We're
greens
out of
left.
greens. All right.
Alright, my turn?
Toys R Us. Is this the Lego kit?
Orange. Oh, Lego shuttle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
shuttle. Yeah.
It's because they each come with like a little setting because they have that one with the stack of books because she had all the code in her books. Yeah, I need to get the Women of NASA kit.
Come on. Oh,
Ah,
things are
ah,
falling.
Everything's fine.
It's good. It's all good.
Yay, everything's fine.
No, easy. It was good, and then it wasn't.
Blue.
Blue. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna do it. Oh.
Everything's fine. Red.
Red. No yellow.
Out of
No
reds.
reds. We've just got blue and yellow, so it's a 50. Okay, yellow. So we have to get in touch with Allie and tell her that she won a game.
Yeah, that she won the
giveaway.
giveaway.
The sub giveaway. Green.
Yeah.
Black. Green, blue and yellow. Green. Orange. Black. Come on.
Green.
There's a 50-50 chance here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yellow.
Yellow. God, getting this off the structure is going to be a beast.
Whoop, zoop. It's good. Oh, I want to do it this way. Come on.
Push it out. Yeah, you have to use one hand. You can't use the second hand.
Okay.
Red.
Yeah. Still blue and yellow are all that's left. Orange. Orange. Blue. Okay. I don't know. Just do something simple.
Isn't simple at all.
Kind of want this to go. Nope. That's not what I want. There we go. Perfect. Whatever. Blue. That's the last blue. I don't think we need to bother rolling after this because we're just doing a yellow to finish the structure. All right. Last piece is this yellow.
Yep.
I will put it here. There. Do you want to try and lift the structure?
I'm going to make the attempt.
Amanda does love doing this. Is just picking the whole thing up. Ooh. Ta-da!
There we go.
Yay! Suspend.
Look at that nonsense.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
So yeah, that's what we built. It's pretty stable, actually.
Yeah. It'll hold.
I'm shaking it.
Yeah.
It's
we
holding.
did a good job putting that thing together.
Yeah, we did. So yeah, that's Suspend. We love that game.
It's just so simple and
It's very
yet
easy
so
to
fun.
just like break out and start playing. There's not a lot of like rules that you have to learn. There's not a lot of mechanics that you have to get the hang of. The strategy of it is pretty simple to grasp. So yeah, we love that game.
Well, I think we'll
we've
call that a night.
We've done a valiant job doing a stream on a night with a nor'easter and ooh, you want to get that in there. A nor'easter and power outages and floods and all sorts of stuff. I think we've done a very good job of actually getting a stream done tonight.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
Next weekend
Thanks for coming and hanging
we'll
out
be
in our
back
living room.
in the loft at
Yeah.
Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, and we'll probably play number 9 and Santorini again. Just
They're
with
both
a better
very
camera.
quick. So we can definitely play a round of number 9 and a round of Santorini, and then probably play something else.
Well, I want to get a chance to play Santorini with more than 2 players.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a 3-player game with that.
3 or 4.
But there are other games that I think we want to play pre-PAX that we'll see if we can get a hold of some copies of. I really want to play Azul. I went and looked it up because
really
it
want to
showed up
play-
on a bunch of the Board Game Geek award lists, and I really want to get a chance to play it. It looks really pretty. I kind of want to do, so I really want to do my nails for PAX as the Azul tiles.
Cool.
I think I can probably manage it.
I
It's
want
time
to.
for me to do my Welsh.
Oh, you should do your Welsh.
I'm gonna do my Welsh.
Okay. Amanda's gonna.
I'm gonna
play
go
with Duolingo.
practice my Welsh.
I want to play Spirit Island.
When are we getting that Highlander game? Whenever the Kickstarter actually, the Kickstarter's over,
Yep.
and I don't know when the actual production and ship dates are. But
I have
soon as we
paid
get
for
it.
and I've paid for shipping from
We're
England.
playing it.
So
yeah, it's shipping from the
eventually
UK.
it's going to arrive.
River Horse is a UK company.
We're
but
also going to be getting the Fallout Wasteland Warriors thing
yes,
from
Wasteland
Modiphius.
Warfare comes out in end of March.
May.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a while away.
That's right. Pre-order was March, and then May is the actual like ship dates.
So
we'll be playing that as soon as the Highlander game shows up. Toshi, believe me, I will tell you about it. I will take pictures, and I will be.
it's not like you never see her online.
We never talk. We never chat.
So
It's not like we don't talk every day.
yeah, we'll be back next weekend, next Friday, every Friday at 7:30.
Yep.
Of course, you can
Never ever.
you can follow us and you'll get an alert.
Yeah.
And if you want to subscribe, we don't have a subscriber giveaway going on right
Yeah,
now.
we don't have any sub
but
giveaway going on
we'll
at
do
the
something
moment,
else soon.
but we'll figure something out. We just did the King Domino giveaway. We'll come up with something else to do as a giveaway. We're really hoping to get a few more subs, get a few more people hanging out, chatting with us regularly. So
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
yeah, we had a good time.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Thank you to everyone who joined us
It
tonight.
was definitely.
Joined us in this intimate
Yeah.
setting
I'm glad
in our
we did
tiny
it, though.
living room.
I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, so am I. It was a fun way to spend a rainy, messy evening. So
Night, everybody.
good night.
We'll see you next week.